What's up, everybody? Welcome to the State of the Auxiliary podcast. That's right. We're back again with another Under the Spotlight. This week, we're going to be talking to, well, you'll see in a minute. Anywho, y'all, I hope y'all have been enjoying these drops that we've been doing, baby. If you have not caught our drop that we did this past Sunday, make sure to go back and check that and look at our weekly reviews as we rate our top 3 in each of the conferences from the SIA to the SIAC to the MEAC to the SWAC. We let you know about all the teams that are out there doing great things, and not just the dance teams. We keep to make sure that you know about the color guards and the twirl teams too. So we do that. I know some of y'all are looking like, wait a minute, where is Coach Quay? She coming, y'all. She'll be on momentarily. Quay was having to take care of some things real quick, so she'll be popping up. She's here. She's just not visible, but she'll pop up momentarily as we go through this interview, and she will definitely join us. At least that's the plan. But she has to wrap up some things. So while we're going through, we're going to get into the things, y'all. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. You can do that by following us on all of our networks and platforms. That is going to be right here. As we said tonight, we're going to be doing Under the Spotlight, Tied Up. That's right, Tied Up. You can follow us on our platforms at Passion in Performance Facebook page, Passion in Performance _ Instagram for our Instagram, and then Passion in Performance for our YouTube page. You can also follow our other Instagram, which is auxiliary _ the collegiate way. That's right, auxiliary _ the collegiate way. And that will, you can keep up with all the things that we post, what we do, and everything we got going on. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you support this channel. Also, don't forget you can stream us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts by simply searching State of the Auxiliary. We post our episodes at the beginning of the week, each and every week. So you'll be able to go back and pull those episodes and what we have going on and listen to them, watch them as you work out, exercise, drive the car, all the things. So make sure you support us over there. All right, y'all. Y'all know week 6 took us out. We are headed into week 7, and baby, it's so much going on. I hope y'all understand that. So look, the State of the Auxiliary for this podcast is knowing your history. Okay, it's gonna be so simple. The State of the Auxiliary for tonight, for me, Quay will give you hers when she joins, will be knowing your history. Okay, it's so important that you know your history, where you come from, and how we got to where we are today. A lot of times we're so enthralled with what is current that sometimes you got to go back and take a quick walk down memory lane to understand everything that has occurred and where we're headed. So tonight, I'm not going to further delay, because look, it is time to get into all the things, okay, to get into all the things. So we have a great guest coming up tonight. Again, the topic is Under the Spotlight, Tied Up, okay? And if you know who this guest is, if you recognize the picture and you know, then you understand that that is a play on her name or her nickname, okay? And so she's going to be coming. Before we bring her up, we're going to give you just a little bit, just a touch of this girl. Now, she was a Golden Girl of Alcorn. See, I got it right today. Alcorn State, because y'all know I put Al in there real quick. But she was a Golden Girl of Alcorn State. She not only was a Golden Girl, she was a tail. Not 1, but 2 years of her service. And, see, y'all thought I was done. And she led as captain in the 2011 season, baby. Some of y'all don't even remember that part of your life because y'all too new in this game, okay? This is when YouTube was fairly new and you barely got good videos. So this is an era that some of you may not understand, but it's okay, because we're going to pay homage today. We're going to have a good sideline chat, and we're going to get into some of the things today with our GG tonight. So with that being said, here's a little video clip, and then we'll be ready to bring her up shortly after this clip. y'all. I hope y'all ready to talk to our guest tonight. That's correct. Give it up for one unlike any other. Baby, you got Miss Ty. Wait a minute. Why her face said? Where her face go? Why we got no face? Okay, let's try this one instead. Give it up for Miss Ty. Baby, what's going on? What's going on with you?
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Welcome to the podcast. First off, thank you for joining me and Quay. Again, she'll be here momentarily. But thank you for joining me and Quay tonight in having this Under the Spotlight interview with you and getting to know more about you, your time, and just a little bit more backdrop about you. And also some more about the Golden Girls, because for each time we get to interview somebody, we get to learn a little bit more about an organization. And so it's always good to kind of get that history lesson. So before we start, the first thing we want to do always is get a little bit about who you are, your seasons, your reign, all the things that you would like to share. You can go with as little as much as you want to tell us about your backdrop. So I'm going to turn the floor over to you.
Okay, well, I'm Tashana. A lot of people call me Ty. I'm originally from Cleveland, Mississippi. I entered into Alcorn State University in 2008. Been Gold Girl from 2008 to I graduated in 2013. I'm a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and also a member of Tau Beta Sigma National Band Sorority. Majored in education, minor in early education. I only did that so I could stay that extra year on the yard, because y'all know once you start, you can't stop. Like, I don't know, but so that's it. Listen, did a whole lot of coaching. But we'll get into that because of the drop I got about the new Golden Girl now.
Okay. Well, thank you. All right. So first and foremost, what made you want to become a Golden Girl? What led you to going down that pathway?
Theo Causey. I know if y'all feel like I'm in the older generation, Theo might be in the older generation. Like I said, I was young in high school. All roads led to Mississippi Valley State University at first because they was throwing scholarships left to right. And of course, they was 30 minutes down the road. That's all I knew. So I knew I wanted to dance. I got on the internet. I think I typed in Valley just to see how I contribute to the team. Alcorn popped up. Not only did Alcorn popped up, Theo popped up. Theo is a little pony. She's a little short little thing. Rest in peace, because my sister did just pass a couple years ago. But I was just like, oh my God. It was the suit. It was everything. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to Alcorn. And then made it to Alcorn. I did get to dance 1 year with her my freshman year. So that she's from the Delta. She's from Clarksdale as well.
Okay. So she made you want to dance. What about her specifically captured you to want to go be a Golden Girl? Because this, again, we're talking about pre-YouTube age. So right. or not YouTube the way we know it now. Okay, very early stages. So how did you come across the media? How were you exposed to the Golden Girls? I know you said you're from Mississippi, but how did you really get your exposure to the Golden Girls, or even Valley, because you mentioned them as well?
Okay, quick. A lot of people don't know this. My older sister, she was a Golden Girl. She was a Golden Girl for a year. Yeah. She was a Golden Girl in '99. So my older sister.
Oh, wow.
But it still was, like I said, Valley was right down the street. I danced in high school, and we used to do these competitions around the Delta area. And Valley, of course, used to come in as, you know, a little showcase. And so I'm like, okay, I want to go to Valley. Like, was sold on Valley for a while because that's the only school I knew. Then I think I went to Hollandale, Mississippi, and these girls came in these gold uniforms. I'm like, who are these girls? It was the one arm uniform. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And I was like, okay, these Alcorn. And that what made me really look up Alcorn State University. And I think it was on YouTube. I looked up Alcorn State University, and it was the suit. I'm not going to tell the story because I'm like, oh, they wear two-piece. They wear their stomach out. Like, I was sold. It was, and I think I got to wear that suit too. So that's another proud moment. It was the purple. the windshield with the gold pants. I was like, yeah. And then being from the Delta, some of the counts are brought to our school. So I'm like, oh, I know that count. So if I get there, I ain't gotta learn much. I this and like I said, I want that suit. I want to wear that suit and I want to dance with that girl. And God made that happen because, like I said, I wore that suit and I was able to dance with them.
Look at that. Look at that. Okay. Okay. So you leave your high school, you got your inspiration, you now made your decision to go to Alcorn, and I'm assuming audition to be a Golden Girl. So what was that process like for you?
Long. Oh my God. My freshman year tryout was very long under the direction of the late Samuel Griffin. I don't think he ever did it like this before, and I don't think he did like this again. We were in band camp, because we tryouts doing band camp. Like, you are not a Golden Girl or anything. Like, so everybody who's interested in becoming a Golden Girl, they'll come in doing band camp, which is in July. And we was just learning everything. And well, y'all already know what year I did. We still had to do the baton. So we had to do the baton routine. And I'm like, why am I having to twirl this baton? I'm not trying out for twirler. So we had to put a whole baton routine. We marching the shoe. We're doing everything in band camp as if I was a Golden Girl. But he was so petty. He would not release that tryout day. And we was like, when do he was like, he just kept saying, when it's tryout, y'all be ready. Y'all be ready. I'm saying, so it's coming up. It's now August. It's coming up to the first game. I'm like, we still ain't had tryouts like at all. It was the Sunday of the week of the game. The game was the following Saturday. The Sunday, I'm walking in, hee ha ha. Line up. We've been to have trials. I'm like, what? We're running in the room. All you hear is burnt hair because we trying to flat iron his hair. We're trying to put lip gloss on. We was like, I mean, we are panicking at this moment. He lined the band up in his little small little room. And he was like, line them up. Let's go. And I'm like, do I even remember the tryout routine that I've been practicing since I graduated from high school, because they threw all this other stuff on my plate, because even the captains were getting frustrated with him. Shelika, she was just like, when we going, because you haven't had trials, Griff, like, you're being unreasonable. How we gonna learn a routine? So he was just like, keep teaching them. So we just still learning camps throughout the whole band camp. I'm like, okay. And you know, it's frustrating for me because I like order. I'm a little ADHD, OCD, whatever you want to call it. I like orders. I'm like, all these girls who really didn't have it, no shade. And I'm like, they kind of getting in the way. Like, can we just go ahead and get the group? And then, of course, our parents have to travel to us. I stay 2.5 hours away. My mom, like, do I need to take off Saturday or not? Are you going to be on that field Saturday or not? And I'm like, Mama, we ain't practiced. So we go in and the trials are kind of the same. We walk in. Of course, we do the little body presentation. We go in the back. We come out. They playing No Parking Baby, and we got to march around, and then we have to do the baton routine. Then you have to do the group routine. Then you have to do your individual routine. Then you got to come out and do counts. I'm like, okay, at this point, what's going on? So we eventually made it. He made the announcement on who all made Golden Girls that Sunday. And then he came with, oh, now y'all got work to do, because he has to always, Mr. Burks has to always approve the field show by Wednesday. And so, and by Wednesday, you're also making cuts. So I'm still got my mom on hold, like, hold on, I don't know if I'm gonna perform Saturday or not. So it was just like he got this big group, because in his head, he wanted a big group, and it was a lot of us. But everybody could not make cuts for the game. So the same girls just kept getting cut, kept getting cut. So it was like the end of the road. And no, I think a homecoming or something, he tried to put everybody out there. It was a show. And I'm glad that wasn't recorded, because I'm like, you putting all these girls out here, you know they've been getting cut every week. It ended up being just 6 of us. 3 newbies. So it was me and my 2 crab sisters, Jazz and Christian. And we would make cuts every time. So by then, everybody was like, man, forget it. We not coming back. We not studying y'all. So it was 3 old heads, and one on was a girl, Lisa, Alicia, we danced in high school together. So it was 6 of us. That's why by the time Classic came, it was only 6, maybe 7. But because everybody else just thought like, we just not gonna keep coming back for this. You're not putting us on here. So freshman year was scary. I don't know how we did it, but we did it because Mr. Burks, it was his show. Whatever he said in that band, he meant. He don't care what nobody else is doing. He don't care about what nobody else is saying. You say something wrong, you get put off. I don't care if it's the Friday before the game, we go out there and do a routine, change the whole routine. I'm like, what? Like, this is scary to me as a freshman. I'm doing a routine and I made a mistake and touched that 50 by a hair. He get on the bullhorn and he cussed me splat out. And I was just like, I'm a freshman. He be like, Tashana McGee from Cleveland, Mississippi. Now to get your ass off my feet. I'm like, and it was so like, I'm a freshman. Like but he was real. He was very tough on us. But it just got us some tough skin. So freshman year was very hectic, but it was very enjoyable because I think that was one of my best years, freshman year.
Okay. All right. Look, you done dropped so much right there. So many questions that I have. So
about Griff, baby. Griff didn't play. That was his band.
So that has to be crazy. Like, I can't just roll over this like you didn't say it. Y'all went to audition, and then you were in band camp. You hadn't had a tryout yet. And the weekend going into your first game, he throws an audition process at y'all. Then you had to turn around and make a cut to perform that week.
Because we had to keep our book bags on us because he said to be ready at all times. So with us, a book bag of hygiene stuff, your outfit, because now, which I like, they are in all black. You have to wear all black. But back, you got to get them sets together, baby. You want that because I remember I had a little blue bra with them gray shorts that matched real good because it got that blue line up in it. He wanted creativity too. Like, and I ain't just talking about fresh, like little Nike bra with some Nike shorts that did it justice. So we had to keep our tryout uniform, like we laying it out like the first day of school. Like, this is what I'm trying out in. So this is at all times. So walking in there, hee ha with everybody, and he like, and you see the band, because the band is very messy, guys. They knew what was going on. They sitting Indian style, and I'm walking in like, hey, get them together. It's time for trials. I'm like, what? Like, everybody fighting over plugs. I'm talking about we just burning our hair trying to flat iron this straight. I'm like, we got it. I'm still got the baton. I'm like, what if I drop this baton? Had never threw a baton ever. I'm like, if I drop this baton, and I'm just freaking out because, like I said, it's like 5 or 6 parts to the tryout my freshman year.
So why do you think they were still making y'all audition? Because as we saw in the video, there were twirlers in front of y'all back when Alcorn still had twirlers. This was mid 2000s. Y'all still were marching twirlers. And I believe through all of your March years, y'all had twirlers, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if y'all had dedicated twirlers, why were y'all required to audition?
It was, and we weren't even auditioning for twirling. Like, even if you didn't make Gigi, that still didn't mean you made twirling. There was just, okay, Griff founded the Golden Girls in 1968. He's been there. So he's used to, when older people get in their mindset, he used to what he used to. When the Golden Girls came out, they was twirling. They was majorette. So that stayed there. I'm talking about we having to buy batons that we ain't even gonna use. I'm looking around. I'm like, Mama, we looking around at all the baton stores because it wasn't as easy as getting on Amazon and just ordering the baton. I'm like, we got to go to different stores to find a baton just for a small part of our routine, which was crazy. And I don't think he did away with that. He might have did away with that after that or my second year. I don't know, but thank God. They better be glad he did away with it. I don't know why we was being judged on that. And it wasn't even like, one day y'all gonna have to twirl. We did nothing with the baton. He just wanted it. Griff was tough. Listen, if you came up under Griff, you are a soldier. He was.
I understand. So you had to do the audition with the baton, y'all's dance, all the other stuff that y'all do. And so when you found out you made it after this long process of what we would consider in today's so backwards, but after you went through this process, you found out you made the team, you were making cuts, all the things, even getting down to, I guess, the few of y'all that continued after the initial number that you said that was kind of large. How did this lead into you going into your second season, and how did you feel about that? You know, how did you feel about being a Golden Girl, the uniforms? Like, how was your game days? How was the process of being a Golden Girl? I mean, not as far as the behind the scenes, but just being a Golden Girl in
It,
that day and time prior to social media and YouTube fame. And what does that look like?
it was still the same almost, but you just didn't have as many cameras in your face.
Mm-hmm.
You had a lot more privacy. Like everybody was cool with the Golden Girls. But like I said, now I tell them they get everything. Y'all makeup be wrong. We didn't get any. We didn't have that much pressure on us. We was just at, and then we really didn't have no downtime for anything. Not saying they do, because I'm sure they don't. We were always at practice, like always at practice. It was time we would skip. We tried to skip practice one day for midnight breakfast, and we got like our mama came in with a switch. If the Golden Girls in here, we ducking and running because we like, we got in trouble that night. But it's just like it was the same. And it's, of course, you can see we still had that little footage, even though it wasn't good quality. But I
Mm-hmm.
think everything is still kind of the same, but everything is just like the newer version of what's going on. Like we had the secrets, like you like now you wondering if any of that happened back in the day. And we could be like, it did, or it did, because
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have the cameras on us at all time. We had the one photographer, no, with two, and they would be on the side. Like we only had two cameras. Now I look and it's like 50 of them out there. We only had two, and we was fussing. At least they do them justice back in the day. They did us no justice. I remember doing a flip and my hair. No, I did a whip and my hair was up. And of course, we didn't have the wigs. We had the so my hair up. I had just had a fresh cut, so my leave out when it pushed up like a flying eagle. And they would post this stuff, and I'm like, why these embarrassing pictures? But they looking at it like, no, we got good footage. No, it was some, I had to tuck my hair wrong, and I'd have pulled. I was, you're tired at the end of the routine, so that last
Mm-hmm.
you resting in it, I done smushed my hair in, so my leave out poking out. Like they take pictures like that they don't think they embarrassing. They just like, oh, we got a lot of pictures of the Golden Girls. I'm not gonna go through and edit anything because editing ain't nothing. We're not editing nothing. We're gonna put it out there as it is. And we like, man, I'm caught
Mm-hmm.
on this picture. Like it's so many pictures of me out there that I could post, and I know exactly where to get them. I'm definitely not posting them. This man made a calendar of us, and he had a picture on each month. Like I had my own calendar, and I'm like, but why would you put that picture in there? Like I'm dark on this picture. I got my tag hanging out. Like I said, it was no filters.
Mm-hmm.
It was no nothing. What you saw was what you got. You better not be sucking your teeth in the formation. He got it, and he gonna post it. Not to be like we was embarrassed, but he wasn't trying to be embarrassing. He's just like, hey, these are the Golden Girls. And I'm like, okay, you could have got us a little better, but so thank God for editing and creativity, because baby, we didn't have any of that.
Baby, you reminded me of that era before people really embraced wigs. Before wigs got good. When
They
we was in the sewing phase.
where we
Say
like
it one time.
David was like the wigs we were in, the full wig. I think David was the first one my last year wearing a wig. Because everybody else, we would have wigs. We'd be them clip-ins, like a U-part wig. We ain't got no
Yeah.
like David came and we was like, what that you got? Oh, David had a wig. And we was like, oh yeah, we finna start getting wigs because her stuff ain't moving. Ain't nothing out of place no more. But like I said, it was the end of time. Then we still was rocking ponytails and all that other stuff. Like I said, they did not care. We could be in a mid bite, like eating our food. They finna snap a picture of the Golden Girl and they gonna put it on the internet. I'm like, no privacy whatsoever. Like that's how they did us. So Which we look back and laughed and enjoyed. We're like, girl, you remember that? But other than that, no privacy. Thank God they got privacy because now I see the girls, they go in the bathroom, get cute. We had to get dressed on the bus. They put the drummers off the bus and we put up a little curtain and we're on the bus trying to put on tights. And I'm like, okay, y'all didn't get it out the trenches, but we paid these ways for them. And I'm glad they finally got it because well, we was on a rocking bus trying to do eyeliner and it was a lie. They did us wrong.
I remember those days are not that far removed from the getting dressed on the bus and putting costumes. I grew up in that era of the dancers and auxiliary getting dressed, having their own bus, having whatever, or sharing the bus, like you said, with the drummers and having to get dressed and pull the curtain windows on the bus so that they could get dressed and do the things they do to, look good to the crowd. I remember those moments where now, like you said, they do block off restrooms. I've been a coach and I would make sure we blocked off restrooms for the girls when they could do like halftime change or whatever and, freshen up and have that privacy. It's a different era, especially that leave out era. Oh my God. Lord, we have come a long way from the leave out era. Let me just tell y'all that if you haven't, look, they don't even know how good they got it. Because that leave out era is real. It's real. Okay. So what about the fandom as you now get into your Golden Girl from your freshman going into your vet season or seasons? How was fandom back then? We see what it looks like now, but what was the fandom like? I know you said it was similar except without cameras, but when you got there, were you expecting the amount of fan love, energy? Like, what were your expectations as a dancer and what did you receive?
No. Because I'm from a small town of Cleveland. Everybody know me. So, of course, you have your family and your bleachers calling your name. But to hear, like, strangers, I'm like, I used to get distracted sometimes. I'm like, who is this? I'm looking. And then you have people from other schools. Of course, they call me the big booty one. You have them calling people from my school, like, that big booty Golden Girl. What's her idea? And next thing you know, we playing them. And everybody like, hey, Ty. And I'm like, hey, who is it? Was weird to me at first because I'm like, I'm used to my family hollering. And being and then, like you said, we was just coming on YouTube as well. So you had the critics, which used to hurt my feelings. We're gonna talk deep up into that too. They used to hurt my feelings about stuff I did, and I'm like, I didn't have any control. And I was like not being able to defend myself and just like just a lot of people. I remember going to Memphis one day and we was at the mall. And a guy came up to me and told some, you a Golden Girl in the encore. And that made me feel good. I was like, a little fandom. Like, you know me? That's cute. And it's just, it was amazing. And it also was just like, because I'm like closed end. I had my small friends at school. That's it. I was kind of to myself a lot. So when they come up to me, they be like, what up, Ty? Or like even now you go up there, if you say I know Ty, you gotta say Ty the Golden Girl. You just can't say Ty. You're gonna have to say Ty the Golden Girl. And I love the love when we were walking in, and the same people that showed us the most love are still there showing the new girls love. They're the alumni that's getting it. But that fandom, that Gigi name was real. It's still real, but it was real. Like they used to call the Gigi's the gangster girls. And I used to feel because I used to be scared of my big sisters because I'm telling you, that fame, they wanted that name to be, oh, you gonna be it, y'all. The Golden Girls gonna be it, y'all gonna be it. They used to come down for homecoming. I used to be scared out of my mind. I used to be a little girl in a corner. Didn't want to talk to nobody. Like, don't look at me. Don't notice me over here in this corner. I hope I'm not doing the camera. Rip used to like sick them on us, like get them. And I used to be like, oh, like why did you let them in practice? But they really just wanted the best because I hang with a lot of the older Golden Girls because towards the end, I was the only one from that first era that came in that stayed because my crab sister Jazz, she ended up leaving and going back to Jackson. And Christian, I think she didn't even dance anymore. So I'm like the last one left from the 08 squad. And so it was like people knew me longer. So the older girls who would come in, they would sit beside you in the bleachers. If you mess up, they'll come and I'm like, hey, you know you did that count wrong, right? I'm like, I'm sorry. Can we get back so I can do it again? Like the Golden Girl name held weight, and they want to just make sure that you not only just walking around saying I'm a Golden Girl, that you own your stuff, because they coming at you academic wise, they coming at you about everything, because you ain't just be no body in a pretty face. You gonna hold yourself with a lot of respect. That's why a lot of clothes was too big, because Griff used to stay on about that too. We got weight cut every week before the game too. And I was 140 pounds, very little, very petite, with a kind of bigger butt. I used to pass body cuts, and they used to be like, come on, girl. Like, he literally used to take us in the back. He had the sports bra on, the bottoms, and he had a measuring tape. Come on, it's tape. I was like, I know I ain't gonna make it. Hey, but he knew, I think he knew what he was doing, because I would come in, I would stand on the scale, like, come on. Literally, the 40 pounds is my butt. Like, we not even gonna like, I don't have anything. And he used to try to cut me every week. And to know, our sponsor was like, girl, you know that. And it was just crazy. And I had no hips. So I used to get bottoms a medium, because the only thing I had was butt. And if I got a large, I had that seat. He would, like, I would walk down in the bedroom. He'd be like, he called me Tia, come here. And I was like, huh? You better not be scratching my gold uniform. I'm like, what are you talking about? He had a drum major, which was a girl, to look inside my bottom, like the tag, to see what size it was. And he found a medium. And it was like, this is all in front of the band. He was like, if you don't get down there and go walk her down there right now. I'm like, we are 5 minutes about to march to this stadium, and you want me to walk her down there to that uniform room, and you get your big butt out my life. So I'm like, I'm not. That's Zenobia. Girl, just go down there and just come back like you changed. I'm like, Zenobia, I'm not wearing no large. That large gonna be big and saggy on me. I'm not doing it. So it was just a lot. Like every hour was on us. Like, and they used to snitch. The band members used to snitch on us, so they used to be on us too. So yeah, I'm kind of glad we ain't got that front spotlight, especially in Griffin area, because he wouldn't allow majority of the things that are going on now.
So Griff, band director, founder of the Golden Girls, a lot of control from what I hear. Can you give us a little bit of the regulations and rules? Like, are you able to give us some of the things that y'all had to abide by during your time there? If you can't, we understand.
Yeah, it really wasn't any rules. But I love the way now, I can't say now, how the girls venture off and they do their camps, like, Golden Girls holding this camp. We couldn't do stuff like that. He didn't want the Golden Girls on no flyer. That's his name, because a lot of even parties that was had, they were like, oh, okay, Ty the Golden Girl. He was like, you can put Ty on there. Don't put his go. Like, Griff, like, I own his name. Y'all not putting it nowhere. I don't want to see it nowhere. And a lot of things that came with, like, uniforms, I'm glad to see them in. Like, they just did the pink uniform. We was like that. Oh, y'all are Golden Girls for a reason. Y'all, we not getting in no purple uniform. We slid that purple uniform in my last year. But other than that, you are in gold. Gold. The closest thing we did for breast cancer that year was pink shoelaces in our gold boots. That was it. That was all. And I think that's on one of those pictures. We had pink shoelaces. That was the closest thing to pink you get. And I'm like, bro, we can't do it. And I was like, white uniforms. He was like, y'all are the Golden Girls. So just keep your weight down is all I can tell you. Keep your weight down. Stay out of drama, because like I said, Golden Girls were an easy target. Everybody wanted to run tell on us. And Griff was putting you out left to right. And he don't want to hear. You can go tell your mama. You can go tell the president of the college, and he gonna come down there. He gonna run him. He gonna run him out of there too. Like, this is my band. Griff did not play. Like, Griff had a lot of allegations on him and everything. Griff always came out on top. Griff like, I don't. This my band, and that was his band. What he said. Griff put names in a hat one day, and Poole 5 names, and them 5 girls that performing. We be like, what? Like, any 5 names? So Griff did not care. He would kick if his mom was on that Golden Girl team, he'll kick his mom out. he didn't play that at all. And like I said, he will wait because of course we will do our routines behind closed doors, and we'll finally come out with them like on Thursday or Friday. If you didn't like the routine, you better go change all of it. I'm talking about every piece of the routine. So, but it
Wow.
really any rules, but I mean, just a whole lot of expectations to be a golden girl. But that's the norm.
So you were tail two of your seasons. I'm assuming your second and your last season, second
Yeah,
and fourth season.
third and fourth season,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah, I might have been tail 3 seasons. I don't know. I have to look that up because I remember I always was the tallest, but of course my freshman year I wasn't getting on that end row. My second year I did. The third year I did. Okay, so I did do it. Cause that's when we lost the captain and we kept rotating who was gonna captain that year. And I was
Mhm.
always on the tail as well. So I think I did 2-3 years on that tail before I became captain.
Okay. Okay. So you tail. How did you enjoy your tail experience
It's very
overall?
different. I wish, like I said, I wish we had that much freedom because tail was it was exciting. You bringing the girls in. You get to throw a little spice on it. Not as spicy as they do it now, but you do get to
Mhm.
throw your hint on it. Whether you sit down extra slow, and all eyes are on you, trying to see what you have. But it's also hard because you have to stay on your toes because the captain will throw a signal for she gonna throw an A-County star from the tail down. And sometimes I don't lie, when I got in front of the crowds at first, it took me a while to warm up to the crowd, even though it's the same crowd every year. I would get shell shocked in front of a crowd. So I would let my captain know that because I'm like, girl, do not do maybe second, third quarter after halftime. Do not do coming from the back one by one because you throw a count, then it automatically me. Baby, I need 3, 4 people in front of me to do that count before I can do it right because I got to get all of this stuff out of my head. So it was still a lot of pressure as the tail because of course they're looking at the captain, then they looking at everybody else. But then you're bringing them in. You like, okay, the camera finna zoom in on you. And I'm just like,
Mhm.
all right. So it was fun. I think I enjoyed tail more than captain because it wasn't that much pressure. You
Mm.
know, thing and I only did what the captain told me to do. But I of course I put my little sauce on it, but that was it. So
Okay. Okay. And so after doing tail for a season or two, you became captain of the legendary Golden Girls of Alcorn State.
mhm.
And did you have a process? Were you appointed? Like, I know different teams do different ways.
I was a point.
So,
Um
okay.
no idea. No idea. We was at practice. We was just running like because we didn't have the captain before. Something happened with her during the season before where we had to rotate each girl lead a game. So when this new season come, nobody's captain. So we was like, who gonna lead these new girls? So people were stepping up. Me, like I said, I always been in the background, like just chilling. I always just been chilling. And I was the oldest on the team, so of course, if they needed help, because like I said, I never went for the spotlight. I never went for it.
Mhm.
I let them try to fight it out of the captain spotlight. But if they had questions on, are we doing this right? Zenobia or Jackie was over as well too. Like X Ty and I was like, hey y'all, like the count go like this because of course I've been there the oldest. I'm the vet on the team. So I'm like, no, it goes like this, it goes like that. So we were literally in there, and Zenobia's like, we need some leadership in here. And she's like, let me announce this captain. And I'm playing on the piano. I'm like back here, like, go for it because they've been fighting for it. I'm over here literally in my own world. Don't care, hidden kids. Like, okay, Ty gonna be your new captain. I'm like, what? And I was like, hold on. Did I get any say on this? Because I knew the pressure that was gonna come with it. And I'm like, Zenobia? She was like, we got you. We got you. And I'm like, Zenobia. She's like, no, we got you. You good. And then so the girl's like, well, come on, Captain. I'm like, now I've been sitting in the background. Like I'm saying, I'm content with being a tail. Y'all
Mhm.
happy. Cause Griff, like they say, Griff is not finna get on me about what y'all don't know or what y'all don't do. I'm okay with it. And then I wasn't really on the creative side. I'm very clumsy. They used to try to make us do flips. It's a lot of time I almost didn't make cuts because I couldn't do a flip. So I'm like, I ain't got what it takes. And that stuck to my head a lot. Like, you don't have what it takes to be captain, girl. You weren't thinking about this. You just trying to go through your years as golden girl, and that's it. But yeah, they helped me every step of the way though. So they pushed me in there, and yeah, they had a lot to say. Like I said, I preferred the tail spot, but captain year, I had a good time.
So coming into a season where you were appointed captain from a season where y'all went a part of the season with no captain and doing this rotation of leadership to try to figure out, well, to have somebody lead the team, but also, I guess, in their way was to also see who would be potentially next up for captain. How did that feel having to take on that responsibility after going through a season where basically there was no quote unquote leadership from your immediate team members per se? Maybe the vet stepped up as a whole, but there was no immediate top of your leadership. And now you've been appointed to be this leadership in this new season, and all eyes, all expectations on you, as you said. And I'm not the spotlight person. I'm good in the bag. Leave me alone. Y'all go do all that. I just want to show up and do what I do. So what did that feel like walking into this captain season, feeling like you had to take all of this in, you know?
I was nervous. I was At first, it was like being walked over, but they don't understand. Like, I felt as a puppet because with Griff, it was his way. So yes, I'm the captain. I'm the face of it all. But y'all don't understand who I'm answering to. I have no say in this. I'm just leading y'all. So it was a lot of stuff. Like, I finally try to get a voice and try to speak up for, but down because, like I said, I'm just the face of it. So it was time that used to discourage me. So I used to go to practice. They'll say I used to go to practice and just sit there and like, come on, let's just run through practice and go, because I felt like I didn't have anyone. Like, if I say, okay, you ain't got it, you need to sit out, I can say that as captain. But then when you have the next day or they run somewhere else, and then next thing you know, they performing with me. So once I kept seeing it, I'm like, so why am I here if I don't have a voice? So that's why I was saying earlier, a lot of the comments that I used to read, the criticism, I'm like, I knew I had nothing to do with it. And like, I see some of the blogs which make me mad sometimes, because they be like, oh, that was just a year of chaos, a year that they didn't care, they didn't. But with that chaos, because like I said, it was just little old me with a big team. Not saying they were disrespectful, because we were still sisters, but it's like people do what you allow. And so it's just like, what's allowed. So if I'm saying, hey, let's get in line, let's do this, it's little old me saying, hey, let's get in line, let's do this, versus somebody should step up and help me. Like, okay, did y'all not hear y'all captain? Or is some kind of consequence behind not listening to your captain? And it was none of that. So then that what made me go back into my shell, like, okay, I'm just gonna lead this team like y'all want me to lead this team. And that's what it is. Like I said, it was Griffin, and then I was in the middle. My captain year was in the middle of the transitioning of band directors. So Mary had came in on my captain year. So they was kind of easing Mr. Griffin out of the door and easing Murray in. So it was just like everything was changing. So it was like he wanted this way, but he wanted that way. But I'm in the middle, like, who do I listen to? Like, which one do I listen to? So that also didn't sit right with me. So I was like, okay, this is my last year dancing. Even though I knew I was a double major and I had one more year at school, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna focus on my double majors. This is my captain year. And I used to express it with Sonobi, and I was just like, I'm not coming back to dance next year. I'm just gonna do school. So that's hence why, because I know it was a lot of questions how she go from captain back to tail. That happened there. I had decided that I wasn't gonna dance another year. So I landed them in tryouts, and I think Murray had his eyes on Dava. So that's cool. Dava stepped up and started running stuff, and I was just like, I'm not finna sit on this campus and watch the Golden Girls walk by and I not be a part of it because that's what I truly love to do. So I
Mhm.
told I wanted to come back, and Snow was like, well, we already, guaranteed that spot the day. That's fine. Put me back where I'm at. Put me back where I want to be anyway. So that's how I end back into it. Wasn't like, oh, you didn't do a good job, so you not captain no more. No, hey, I didn't want to do it at first. I thought I was gonna sit out because I really thought I was just gonna forget that other major and just go ahead and graduate. But I like, nah,
Mhm.
I a couple more credits shy, and I'm not gonna just sit on this campus and watch the Golden Girls go by and aiming and wishing to be them. So I was like, hey, I'm coming back. Captain position was already promised today, but so can I get my tail back? Because I knew it was a girl. One of my sisters was taller than me, and I was like, that's when we started doing that rainbow effect. Like, hey, if I want the tail, so we put her in the middle, of course, and we did that rainbow effect to make me the tail.
Mhm. Okay, okay. That makes sense. So before we get into some other things,
Oh,
how was the season that you came back after your captain year and just was a part of the team and was tail? How did you feel? Was that an easier season for you? Was it an okay season for you? Was there criticism? Like, how did that feel for you?
it still was criticism in the beginning because, like you said, I wasn't very open. I really didn't talk to a lot of people, so everybody was wondering the same thing. Like, first, it was the people like Ty not coming back. I'm like, mm-mm. And then I remember one girl coming to me like, "Girl, you get a Golden Girl, matter of fact, like, get your butt up there." Because I think I heard, and I felt like I had to redeem myself too. Because if we watched the classic from my captain year, we had just played powder puff football with the cheerleaders, and like I said, I'm to myself. I'm literally to myself. I don't want to sound like I'm just naive to everything, but I'm literally naive to everything. I didn't know it was drama there. But we did Powerpuff football. Of course, you're supposed to be tagged, but they was tackling. They were hitting. And I'm like, whoa, what's going on? I messed up my groin at the game. Then we had to end up and perform for the classic. So mind you, I'm trying to heal down there. My
Mhm.
performance and like it's all over the internet. But my performance, my Capital City Class year of my captain year, I ended in a split while everybody else did toe touches. I was in the front. I heard it crack. I heard some crack. It was horrible. But that's when I did the donkey kick. And I was like, okay, but you got one more A count. Just stick this A count out and the routine is over. So of course the A count was a split. And when we go to get up to march off, I just fell back down because I knew something in there. I done tore something, I done did something. So you see me crawling off the field because I just couldn't. The people like, and like I said, it's just so much criticism. Oh, she messed up. I was like, where in the routine did I mess up? I didn't mess up. I literally hurt myself because you can see the army our RTC getting together doing a barrel thing to lift me up and take me to the stands. Once again, being captain, it was so much pressure. I'm in a stand with ice wrapped around me. I'm hurting. All the alumni Golden Girls, like this point, they were deep. They used to be so deep. Like you had to have a section just for the alumni. You
Mhm.
get because they put Dave in the front. And because I'm on the side, I'm hurt. They are, you get up right now. This your captain spot. You don't let her take your shot. And like all this is in my ear. Like, no,
Mhm.
get up. No, no. No, you all right. You done did the hard stuff now. And I'm like, so I'm getting up and I'm limping. I'm like, I got it from here, Dave. And my mama looking at me like, girl, if you don't sit your butt down. But my told me to get up. So I'm finna get up, like, and I'm smiling through the pain, trying to finish. Cause like I said, that's another thing. Like it's a reason for everything. So if you see the class, you see David leading some at first. I'm on the sideline, iced up.
Mhm.
They telling me no, get up. Cause at them two, they like, this is your last year. This is your last game. You don't let nobody lead your girl. You need to go out with a bang. Get up. You all right. We're gonna take care of that later. So I was like, all right, let me get over here. Cause Jackie, she's here, and I love Jackie Jones. Everybody know the legendary Golden Girl Jackie Jones. She was very tough. Like she in my hand, T.I. get up now. And I was like, okay, well, I'm back, Dave. So David went back to the back and I stuck it out. And then that's why I said the next year I did feel like I still had something to prove. Like I went out with that reputation of, oh, she must have messed up. She was embarrassed. She did this. I'm like, nah, let me show y'all. Because I don't know if them other years y'all forgot who I was, but let me come back and show you, like, this ain't me, this ain't me. So I just had to come back. I feel like, and when I came back, it was like the same girls almost. It was still the same. We're gonna do cuts. I think towards the end he stopped cutting. But we started getting on because Murray came and Murray opened up a lot of opportunities for us because Mr. Griffin, like I said, he's older, stuck in his mind. He not doing no. I don't care if we got invited to the Honda Battle of the Bands. We're not going. We're not doing anything. We in fifth quarter. Somebody just blow talking outside your neck, and I'm like, oh, I know we finna get them. He like, oh, we finna play Jesus is Real. We're like, Jesus is real. We just got blue on, and we finna play real. And I'm up there like, yep, surely we just rocking like Jesus is real, baby, because yeah, blowing, talking outside in there. I'm like, I know we got a song that we can blaze right now. And then he was like, all right, wrap this up. We were like, Griff, ain't no way you finna let another band run us out of our state. Like, Griff was so tradition. Like, man, I'm finna go home. And I used to be like so sad, wanted to cry. But Murray came in, he turned us up, he let us feel a couple of music. He brought on a strong team because Martin, who's now the band director there, was his assistant. So he came in with Murray too. So they took the band in a whole new direction. That's when we started, because little small town kids didn't know nothing about Honda Battle of the Bands. And so it's like, you don't know nothing, you can't miss it. So we wasn't understanding that, oh, Jackson State going here. We don't care about Jackson State. Like, so when we finally got introduced to that was my year of of telling. So all of that was kind of interesting, being able to go to Atlanta, just going out of the state a lot to do all this new stuff that Murray is bringing into the band program. So he did do something there. He did.
Okay. So you mentioned criticisms and fan comments and the comment section and all the things. So expand on that for a little bit. What type of things did you hear? You don't have to say anything specific, but what type of things did you hear? How did you feel about it? You know, what if there's something that you want them to know, what is it that you want them to know? You know,
Y'all hurt my feelings, and the fact that I couldn't talk back fast enough. I was so sensitive. Everybody be seeing the raw because by then I was a Delta too, so everybody's like the raw high. Like I had thick skin. I was still a baby, and all the older Golden Girls who knew me, they used to always come and embrace me. And it wasn't like in the girls I danced with, like Dave and them. They used to sense like it was never an issue with them from the older girls, but it was just I was the baby of the group because I came in with all the old heads, and like other craft sisters left, so it just left me. So all the old heads used to come. They embraced them too, but they be like, "There go my baby." You know, they'll run the tie. I truly was a baby, and y'all was doing me like that on the internet, like. So I was really used to be upset, and they'll tell you I used to take it out on them when I used to go to practice, and they wouldn't listen to me. I was like, all right, conditioning. And I was like, or I knew they hate Mark, or we just did a big field show, and we was walking back to the band hall, just easy, and I hear them talking, and I'm like, I know y'all not supposed to. I started marching all the way there, and then they marching, and they behind me like, tell how you do that. I'm like, cause like as a leader, when I do it, I know y'all gotta do it. Y'all might not listen to me, but when I'm in the front of this line, not do something, y'all gonna follow suit. So it was just hearing it. Oh, she ain't got no control over the girls. Oh, and I'm like, where are y'all getting it from? Clearly, it had to come from somewhere, or it's just what you saw. But like I said, it was never. I ain't want the one to go run to tell on nobody either. Like, cause I feel like you see it too. Like, help me correct this stuff. Like, I feel like you don't have this, so you need to sit out. And if you feel like you don't need to sit out, you go talk to Griff. And Griff, she trying to sit me out, and he come. Who do you think this is? This my squad. And I'm like, so what am I talking for? I'm just gonna sit up here and be the face, you know. So, and it was just a lot of stuff. Like a lot of advanced stuff they do. We had Tashania to come in. She came in with the hair, like they do a lot of hair whipping. We got chewed out for hair whipping a lot. We got, y'all ain't no Jackson State. You keep that Jackson stuff over there. It's like, I don't fry my hair a little bit. Like everything new to Griff didn't like new. Anything new. He like, no, yeah, I gotta come back. So and it was just like, I'm captain. So everything dawned on me. I don't care if, well, she said to do, but who captain? I'm like, well, even as captain, if I say something, y'all still don't listen. So it's just like, I did shut down and get back into my hole that I was in before they even put me in captain. And it was part of me like, I can't wait for this captain season to be over with. Because I am getting chewed out a lot for being the captain, or because I guess at other schools, like I also didn't have friends on other dance squads to ask, like, how does it work being a captain? But I guess they had a lot to say. I literally did not have a lot to say at Alcorn State University as captain. Just put it there.
Okay. So then that would depict the type of season that people would see, because all you could do is leave them in the stands and be the face, So if that's your experience, you only have the option to be able to leave them in stands and they follow. You're not able to exert your leadership because you're not the leader over them. You're the captain, if that makes sense.
All right. And it was certain stands, like we used to have to, I'm not sure if they do, that we used to have to share songs with the twirlers. So, because I never wanted to dance while they twirl, because they were right in front of us. They used to sit right in front of us. So sometimes I'm like, I'm human. I used to mess up on something, or I throw something and I try to catch the beat and I'm like, hold on. But Zenobia used to be my right hand. She was always on the side of me, and she'd just be like, her hand moved like, do this count. And a lot of our movements looked alike. So I was like, and when I get up and throw, and I'm like, oh my God, this is not the count she was telling me to throw, because this is slow. But one thing about my jiu-jitsu, they did pick up on tempo, like, okay, we're gonna just throw this. This is a fast count, but we just gonna throw it slow, because it was, you just put out there like, the twirlers are here. We don't want this on the turn. And I'm like, dang, you just put me on First Street like I want it. But with Griff, somebody better get up. So I'm like, y'all get up. We don't want this on. They like, no, we don't want to lead. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, especially because then nobody want that song, but somebody better get up. And I was like, it was just so much pressure. It was so much pressure. Like, because you got girls that they all had opinions. Like, they all throw this count next. And so all of that is loading in my brain while I'm thinking about the next count to throw. And they were like, she ain't did this count. I'm like, oh, okay, focus time. So it was just that, like, they still had my back on everything, but it was just the inner me that needed to get it together.
I think it's good that people hear your story, because it makes people think about the backstories that we don't know. A lot of times we judge what we see, and of course that's what the crowd's going to judge. They don't care about the backstory, honestly. But as spectators, as people who are fans, the fandom, the people who love to watch, imitate, whatever, you don't always know what's going on behind the scenes of what you see. And sometimes we forget that. We only judge what we see, but sometimes you really have to stop and assess all the things that could be happening, all the chaos, all the discord, all the different directions that could be happening behind the scenes that you see spilling out in front of a performance, because we don't know. So, I want people to, I just want people to think that, and I'm glad that you shared it, because I want people to understand that sometimes everything's not what it appears to be in the front. There's a lot of things happening in the back scenes that's stopping the progress of what could be happening out in the public. So at this point, we're just trying to maintain, because there is stuff. And you were at a pivotal moment as a captain. You were in a pivotal moment where you were the last captain under Griff. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. You were the last captain under Griff. And as you stated earlier, you were in the midst of what you saw to be a leadership change, which ended up happening. And that leadership change happened and so the direction of the program. So you were the end of an era, in a sense. You were the period to an end of an era that was about to take a new direction or a new statement. And as he was holding on to what was, they were preparing for what is to be. And unfortunately, your year of reign became the year of it. This is what GG is. And there's no changing to that. And then the following season, as you came back to be tail and David took captain, you said that a lot of things had changed in just the course of that one season.
Right.
Can you tell me a few things that were different? I mean, are you allowed to share, like, what are a few things, even if you can give me one, something that, nothing that's going to give any of y'all behind the scenes stuff, but what's something that the public would have noticed would be different from your season to the following season when you were
uniforms, because we had a lot of still hand-me-downs. We still velvet. Like, that velvet was worn by my sister, and I told you my sister danced in '99.
Yes.
We had the gold sequence leotard that when you sweat, you see things, and to go down in the room, and we have to go through these boxes, and like, okay, that is ruined, and we have to find, at least if it was 8 girls, I'm saying we have to find a uniform that at least had 8 decent uniforms enough for us to march in. But like, Griff wanted his gold, so he got his gold. But so there was a lot of stuff, and you saw that. And then also the big difference when I became captain, because like I said, we had no captain the year before me, so everybody, we had more older girls. So the freshmen that came in the year of, which was Dave and them, we had to have their rotation, and you have to look at it like, you got us in rotation, and even they getting a piece of this captain spot too. So it's just like, we were used to everybody having an opinion because it was everybody's team at that time. So now you captain, it's still everybody's team. Like, everybody still had the same opinion because it's like, okay, Ty. Because I guess I don't know if they knew I was going to be captain. I don't know who. I didn't know I was going to be captain. But I seen the shock on everybody's face because everybody knew I was, what do you need me to do? Okay, let me do this and sit back down. Oh, it's my time to throw it down. Okay, let me go. All right, okay. Like, that was me. So being put in the limelight, like, even that day, they was like, okay, Ty, you got to step up. And I'm like, hey, so now we're gonna start stretching, because I'm like, what do I do from here? Nobody, I had a year without a captain. Like, y'all didn't, my freshman year. Then my sophomore year, then you got literally like, what am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing. So that's a lot that had came up on me, because I had good leadership, but we also had the different girls too. And these girls came in, they didn't come in under leadership. So they didn't know what leadership looked like. When they came, like I said, everybody had a say, so everybody had an input on something. But now they come in, and not saying your input wasn't valid, it's just like, you have an input, and kind of what the captain says go, it wasn't it at all. So, but as far as the changes, you definitely saw, we started getting into the makeup more with that. We started mixing the purple and the gold, the uniforms. Yeah, our appearance, I know for a fact, became different during Dave era.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick pause before we get ready to wrap up our conversation. Jacque is handling business, so I know I said she would pop up. She may still pop up before the end. She's actually in the back scene. You don't see her. She's here. She's just not able to get on screen due to circumstances that she's taking care of right now. So anyway, y'all know she's here. Just she's not on the screen. All right. We're going to watch this quick clip. Now, this is going to be a field show from the Alcorn Gremlin game in 2011. So we're going to get to see field show. We're going to get to see a little bit of what y'all brought during your captain season that year. So, hey, we'll be right back after this short, quick field show. All right. So you didn't know I was gonna play that, but
You pulled
how
it back.
did you feel about seeing that routine from yesterday? What does it bring back for you when you see something like that?
That was one of they got me right there. Oh, that was one of my.
I know. That's why I picked it, because it was a good shot of me.
That was, I think I was able to let go. I was so super nervous. I want to say that was our first game. I don't know, but I was super nervous. As captain, we got to do those uniforms because at first we added the purple in there because first it was the bananas. We called them the bananas, so we was able to make those hit. Because listen, when they ordered them, it said go, and we came back in these big yellow uniforms. Griff is the type, oh, you spent that money on y'all gonna wear these. So we came in like marching and banana. So we able to put a little spice on it. We added the purple sequence. We was like, all right, boo. And like I said, that was when I had the most fun here because it started raining. And when it started raining, because I think I wanted to break down and cry.
It was a rain game. I remember seeing the stands for this
The
clip.
rain,
So yeah.
I had fun because I can slip, I can fall. We gonna blame the rain. Like we was at punch. I remember at punch outs, and I was like, I can't move in these. And like I said, everybody had, their inputs on everything. I was like, so Snow like, what you want to do? Take them out, take them out. I was like, y'all want to take them out? No, we want to keep them out. I said, I want to take them out. No, I want to take them out. Like, because we're out here. The punch out, like, we do one head whip, it's down anyway. Like, let's just have fun, take it off. So, I had the most fun in this game because, like I said, it was one of my first. And yeah.
First off, I just love this uniform. The cutout all the way down the side. You see, in the last couple of seasons, you've seen that kind of one side cutout become a little more popular. I never realized that y'all had done this yesteryear ago. Like, I never thought about it. And it's for the time of this, during this time frame, that was really sexy, very revealing during your time frame. That would have been a very sexy uniform.
Put that out my freshman year. So we had this uniform before, I came in captain and did the do dizzle with the purple. We pulled it out Capital City Classic freshman year. And I just remember the banana. They were like, they're on the bananas. I was like, yeah, this is the banana out.
So it didn't have the purple on the first time you wore it? Y'all added it.
Yes.
Okay.
It was just yellow. Look, it was just yellow. Nothing there. Just
no cutouts, no nothing?
The cutout was there, but everything was just.
Okay, so that was a really good way to repurpose the uniform and give it a little more spice and pop. That was good that y'all were able to do that.
That's how
I like it. That's a cute uniform. Especially for you talking about mid-2000s. Again, outside of a leotard, that was a very sexy uniform. I mean, there was not a lot of teams that were doing risk-taking uniforms like that. I mean, one of the teams, at the time that would do what we would call sexy or risky uniforms would have been the Dolls, because they wore those French cuts, front and back then.
And then we focused a lot too, where he wanted us to focus a lot on formation. So we danced, but he wanted a formation, hit here. Do 8 counts here, then move, do 8 counts. So that was a lot. We used to be like, oh my God, we dog tired, because we wish to stand a little closer and just give it to you, but now we had to move.
Understood. So you told me some stuff before behind the scenes about the walk-off that people see today, the traditional walk-off. Could you share that with us a little bit about the walk-off that we see right here, how that has kind of evolved into what we see in current day?
Current day, that so they still do that. But now they add a little spice. So that little spice was added. That was from the ramp for Capital City Classic, either my senior year or my junior year. So now what they do, the different one, they still do the get up on the toes like they finna march out and walk, but then they stop midway and they do this little kick thing, and we incorporate that into that was a part of our actual ramp for Capital City Classic, and we like, that's cute. We just gonna keep that at the end of everything. So they've been doing a walkout, but we just added that. I want to say my last year, the little when they're march to the side, march to the back, then kick, and then go off.
Mm-hmm.
So we put a little extra spice on that one.
That's what's up. See how history was happening right there in your era. Y'all was laying foundation down that has become part of tradition. So does it make you happy to see some of the things that y'all did during your era still survive to today?
Yes, and also seeing the stuff that we try to do, that they're able to do, because a lot of people look at it like jealousy, like we can't do that. No, I'm proud that they got there to do that, because I'm like, hey, girl, we was fighting for that back in the day, and I'm proud that y'all there. Because, like I said, pink uniforms. I'm like, okay, uniforms. I'm like, now, I almost made my house and be like, now you saw them pink uniforms. You know, I wanted them pink uniforms, like, because we used to always try to, of course, dancing in the SWAC, you always want to try to show off the other team. Like, they ain't going to come like this. They ain't going to do. But Griff's put his feet down. We are the Golden Girls. We're going to stay in gold. Like I said, I forgot how we pulled out them purple uniforms, but I know they were not his favorite. He was like, we are purple girls. And then, like, during my year, we were still ordering uniforms. We're not really making the uniforms then. So,
okay. So we've talked about your beginnings, your duration of being a Golden Girl, and even the comments, fans, you know, all of those things, not having complete control, and then of course the era change. Let's talk current day. When you look at the Golden Girls current day and just the legacy that is now Alcorn, and the energy, the fandemonium of what they receive now, especially with social media, videography, everything on camera now that y'all didn't have to always combat back then. How does that make you feel? Does it make you excited? Are you loving it? Are you wishing you could have been in the air? Like, what do you feel? I'm just throwing stuff out there, but what do you feel now that you get to see some of, or a lot of the things now that you could not do, or that y'all were so restricted from, to see the freedom, what we would, I guess you could consider freedom, that the girls have today, and just, you know, the love that they get from all the fandemonium of it all. How do you feel about it?
I love it for them. I absolutely love it for me. It's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm like listening, because I want something to show my kids. I want a little clear video or two. But yeah, I want it. Like, what now? Why y'all cameras gonna be? I say it all the time. I'm like, baby, if my class, because it would have, that too would have made me open up more. I think that's probably what I had as captain, because it would have made me, you know, open up that support that they're getting, and that we're giving them that love, that support. Like, y'all could do no wrong. And every time I go down there, if I talk to one of them, because it's some that I haven't met that no, they'll follow me or I follow them. I can talk to them like, hey, if y'all need help here, this, there, any support, that we're always supporting them. So we love. So it's like proud big sister, mommy. It's like, yeah, it's like I love that for you guys. Like I said, and like I told you off camera, I have a mini down there now. So I definitely love her. Leah is now Golden Girl. She came under me from Atlanta, Georgia. I was her coach at Charles Drew High School. So to see her on the team, I was just like, oh, and she was my biggest headache. And she kept telling me she was going off. I was like, it was a joke, but I stayed on her, because ever since she told me she wanted to be an Alcorn, every little thing, she looked at it as picking on her. No, because you're finna get ready. Because if you're going to Alcorn, I need you ready. Because the first thing you're going to say when you get to Alcorn is, Ty was my coach. My coach was the captain of the Golden Girl. I don't need you saying that if you going down there playing, or if you know, I used to get on her butt a lot. And I hope she watched this, because she used to fake injuries. So, because all she wanted to do was dance. She didn't want to condition. She had just had a car accident. She used to come, I can't do the jumping jacks. I can't. I said, well, you can't do my jumping jacks. You can't do any. So she just wanted to dance. And I used to have to tell her all the time, like they would tell you, I will stop my practices anytime. If you want to go to intercollegiate school, if you want to dance, I was drop like history and wisdom on them. Like, I'm not gonna let y'all be mediocre. If I have to be that mean coach during the hours of 4 to 6, that's what I am, because I need to get you ready. And I will hope that I got her prepared. And I don't even know on down there still. But I will hope I got her prepared because I stayed on her butt. Like, it'll be another girl who will mess up on that count by a little bit. And I'm like, oh, you can't mess up on it. Because now I just seen a recent video of one of the counts that I actually taught them while they was in high school, and she was doing it. And to see the smile on her face, I was like, yeah, I bet she went in like, I already knew this. But I was just like, okay, she making me proud. So I want to make me proud. And I just love the fact that they are getting, because Golden Girls have been slept on for a long time. So for and wake people up, like, baby, we the mothers. We started this. We was the first. And y'all came through and try to put twists on it. Y'all can twist it however you want. You know what it originally came from. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. They're getting so many more supporters. I'm like, that's what we've been trying to do. We've been having it down here. Like, but y'all are just catching heed to it. So they know. I tell them, hey, if I see a video, I write under it. I tell them, hey, keep striving, keep going. Even with the new leadership, I love what Shanti them they're doing, and Dr. Ashley, what they're doing with them as well. And they're keeping the Golden Girl name alive, because I was scared at first, because I was like, no, we've been down there so long. I don't want us to get away from, because they are all big on this world renowned Golden Girls. I'm like, I hope they don't forget exactly, where they come from, but they'll pay homage to some of the accounts that we throw, and I was like, okay. And they still show love. So yeah, I was like, I wish one that I did say, I wish I would have been this era, but I was like, nah, because I feel like the pressure that I thought I had back then, because they booking camps, and I was lazy, but I knew that probably would have made me strive to continue to dance. Because that's one thing I tell them. I said, once you get out of it, don't take no break. Continue it. That's what you want to do. Continue it, because I've talked to an old Golden Girl the other day, and she was just like, I can't throw an 8 count without getting tired. And I was like, that's something you have to keep up. You have to keep doing it. And I feel like I have very much love for Golden Girl, but I think my love would have been bigger and better, and I would have just learned and grew a lot more if we, because like I said, in that clip you just posted, I still had to find myself. I still had to find me. Like, okay, that's me, or that. They know now, and then they got clips. They picked their Golden Girl. They made collages of them. They did that right there will show you, and you can see each girl grow every year. I feel like grow from the videos that were posted about them, and I was like, oh yeah, I love that for them.
That's what's up. So advice to any of the aspiring dancers that want to dance collegiate, or that want to be a Golden Girl, or that just, maybe is dancing now, but don't know how to persevere. What advice would you give them? Because I feel like you've tapped a little bit of all those areas.
Prayer gonna get you everywhere. Prayer definitely gonna get you everywhere. Because it was times, Golden Girl is my life, but I was, mama, come get me. I don't want to be here. But it's prayer, because you lose if you have friends outside of band, you lose kind of that connection. You see them going away without you, because you're always at band camp. And so, like, build those relationships within squad and sisterhood, which I wish we were, but like, we was cool, but we didn't have that big sisterhood, which I wish that, looking back on, that we had, or the sisterhood that I was supposed to have. Of course, I told you my craft sisters left me. They left me, or like Christian probably did 2-3 more years with me, but she left me too. So I tell my son, I'm like, y'all just left me here, and like, I'm just on the outside. These, you come in and you gonna be cool, you gonna click with your craft sisters. That's why I would be under Zenobia, because Zenobia was my person, because my 2 people were gone. So just keep pushing. It's gonna get hard. It's gonna be some crying days. It's definitely, I'm never gonna say that anything about Golden Girl is easy. It can be, it's work. It's a job. It's no fun in it. The only fun you're gonna get is when them lights come on. Doing that week is no fun. It's nothing about it. You're gonna want to quit 100 times. You're gonna get frustrated. You're in a room full of female. Y'all gonna have arguments, agreements. But we was on the 2nd floor. I'm not sure if they still up there. When that door closed, when that door open, whatever, you can close the door. We can have a boxing ring in here. We gonna box each other. When we open that door, None of that. It's a
Mhm.
lot that has happened upstairs. Nobody knows about, like a lot, and that's just what it is. Like you gotta keep that within. You got to go in with let stuff just roll off your back because stuff gonna be said, and especially you coming in as a freshman, you gonna be looking. All eyes gonna be on you because they finna see what you finna bring to this team. What are you
Mhm.
over this girl? This. So it's just like just pray, keep your circle, keep your friends, keep your family. You're gonna need because you're gonna need everybody because it's just like pledging a sorority or well sorority, but it's just like you gonna need it. But at the end of the day, is when you look back at those videos. Because even when I look back at some of my old videos, I was like, I was a golden girl. And then to hear my daughter like when she see the golden girl, she's like, Mama, you was a golden girl. All of that is pride and she was able to see me perform at our 50th in 2018 as a little kid, and she still talks about that. My baby's 7, and she was like 2 or something when that happened. So it was like it's a reason, and it's a rainbow after this storm. But that storm gonna be when it hit, it's gonna hit. But I can't too much say because I do need to talk to Leah to see how her days are up there at Alcorn. But if you want to be an Alcorn Golden Girl, I say, or anywhere, first do your history on every dance thing because I know you see stuff and you be like, "Ooh, I just want to be a Golden Girl because of this." Me, I went in because of the uniforms. Just luckily, I was picked. And I don't. I wish I wouldn't have went anywhere else, but I was not knowledgeable about all the other HBCUs. Like I didn't know nothing about UAPB, Grambling, P. I knew nothing but Mississippi Valley State University, Alcorn State. Was given a full ride. I was even offered the captain year my sophomore year if I would have came to Valley. Like I had everything, scholarships, everything lined up, academic scholarships lined up for me at Valley. But I was just like, am I gonna really grow at Valley? Because it was 30 minutes from home. I was a baby. I didn't know how to do nothing. And I was just like, it just seemed too easy for me. I'm gonna go down here where I'm gonna have to work for it. And that's what I did. So as a dancer, it's just time to research. Like I know you like the style that the Golden Girls have, but you might also like the style the Orchestras have, or you might like the style that the Motion have. Like don't wait until you get to school because that's when I seen all the other colleges, and I'm like, oh, what's their name? What that? And like, not saying I would have went anywhere else, but it would have been good to know my options. So know your options. Whenever you find out which one is a better fit for you, style practice those 8 counts, those routines you see that happen because when you get the count, it's gonna fly by, and you got to learn this book. And the book is only getting bigger every day. Every day you can see the Golden Girls throwing 2, 3, 4 more counts. Now they got routines in the stands, and I'm like, oh my god, we tried that one. And I'm like, I would have went crazy. You want me to remember this, that. So it's a lot just learning. Even if you don't think they're going to do it next year, learn everything. Because when it's time to come, once you become a Golden Girl, oh, the clock's ticking. You got to know everything. So start learning.
Okay. Well, look, baby, look, Quay is
What?
here. She's been here, but she's able to actually join us. I want to give Quay a moment to be able to ask. She's been listening the whole time. Unfortunately, she had to take a call that took her away from us that was very important, but she stayed on the back listening the entire time. So she's heard 90% of your interview. So, Quay, real quickly before we wrap up, is there anything that you would like to touch on with Ty? Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. You are muted. Make sure you're not muted. Unmute yourself, please.
Hey Ty, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, first off, I wanted to say, hearing your story and everything that you endured during your seasons, I wanted to say you are very strong and a trooper because if it had been me,
But the
I would have been gone. But no, seriously, it's really good to understand and know, like you telling us things about what went on during your season and really learning more about where things started, where things came from, who you were under. And so I enjoyed you this entire time, even though I was in the back. I enjoyed you. I really feel like you're a really fun person by the way that you know, talk to Brandon and just were comfortable and everything. So yeah. I did want to ask, I know you touched on it already, but how did it feel like not being able to really have a say so? Like you said, you keep saying you were the face, and that's really all it was. So I want to know, like, how did that make you feel as a captain and as a Golden Girl, knowing that you are the face and you're not able to put anything that you want to do?
I took a lot of stuff too hard. I had to call and confide in my mama a lot. But my mom didn't, so she didn't understand the passion. Because like you, my mom probably like, why are you still dealing with it? Like, because this is what I want to do. And once again, Zenobia had my back. And like I said, it wasn't disrespect. They weren't. It was just like they didn't have a captain, and they were used to doing what they want to do, or everybody having their input. So now when they come in, I'm like, no, we can't do it like that. We're gonna try to do it like this, and it's like nobody to back it up, or you got to sit out because you ain't got it, or you got to, like, instead of messing up the routine, because like I come from, when I first get there, it's a lot of structure because you have all these old heads and you got just little me coming in as a freshman. um and then so I'm used to, if the cuts, we stopped doing the cuts before the game, and so I'm like, oh, okay, so everybody gonna perform, or if I say you got to sit out and then you go talk to Griff, and next thing you know, you beg out here, I'm like, what am I saying something for?
Mm-hmm.
Relax. So I'm gonna get you when we working out, or when we marching this shoe. That's when I'm gonna get you. Like, I'm not confrontational because I can take it. I don't have no in between. So I just like to keep things cordial here. I'm gonna say what I say. Y'all don't do it. I'm just like, all right. While we march, and I'm gonna make you march an extra 2 miles then, because I know you gotta keep marching because it's gonna make you look bad if you stop. So
Yeah.
that's stuff. That I will have to do just for me to get some kind of control, because you're in the front. They're going to do it because the people looking at you in the front. So that's like the only time I felt like I was in control.
Mm-hmm.
On when I was leading them in or anything like that.
Okay. Is there anything, like, if you would go back today, is there anything like you would do differently?
Most definitely. I would definitely put my foot down a lot more. Like, no, I don't care. Like, this ain't that. And I don't know where I was gonna get that strength from, because, like I said, I feel like I was out. It was me. My craft was. I'm on this island by myself. These group of girls came in together. These group of girls started. So it's already groups, and they're thinking like, "Oh, you are, a sucker because I'm with Zenobia," but they don't know that. Like I said, I came in as Zenobia freshman, and I just been with her, and she knows me better than everybody else. And I'm here by myself. I don't have, like, I talk to y'all, but I'm here by myself. So I just feel like I had more power, because I do still think about it sometimes. I had more power than I knew I really had.
Mm-hmm.
And I should have stuck with, like, stood on it instead of saying whatever. Just, no, I should have just stood on it, because, like I said, looking at the criticism, they fought me for it anyway. What I'm saying, I can do 100 interviews, they still gonna look back, or those comments are still gonna be there, and they're gonna be like, "Wait, she could have did something about it."
No,
No,
you couldn't.
but it is what it is, because it was like a lot of pressure, because a lot of stuff that, another thing that we did back then that they don't do, because they don't even do the Capital City Classic pep rally. So we used to have to get ready. Like, I think that did away with my freshman year. So I was under a lot of strong leadership, and I knew how to be strong. And that's why I feel like a lot of old heads came back to me, like that senior year I told you I hurt myself. They were like, "No, get up." Like,
Yeah.
we got you prepared for this, because we were on, my freshman year was the toughest but best year. We used to have to get up, we didn't have Friday practices before the game, because we had to be at the pep rally at the Capitol, with going head up with Jackson State, and they stopped that after my freshman year. But yeah, I feel like a lot of them were like, you were supposed to stay tough, like we had your back. But I didn't want to bring anybody in. I knew I could have reached out to a whole lot of alumni, like, hey, this is what's going on right here. But I just didn't want to add no fuel to the fire. I'm just like, let me just get through this season. And hence why I didn't want to come back. But I'm like, no, I went down sad my captain year. No, I'm not doing it. So I came back into my position that I wanted to be anyway. And it is what it is.
Okay. You said something. I had something to say. Ask you. Hold on. So, do you feel like, I know, like you said, you don't like confrontation, and is it because you feel like people would dislike you, or is it because like you feel like it would cause more like toxicity with the band director and stuff? Like, do you feel like that?
Just a dislike, because like I said, it was me. It was me, and I feel like if I tell your like crafts was coming in together, if I tell her, oh, that ain't right, of course it's one of me and like 4 of them over here and 5 of him over here, and I'm just like, hey Ty, it is what it is. Like, just run the practice as best as you know how.
Dang, I wish. I would have had your back.
Could have never with this confidence I got.
Okay. Couldn't even try it
at all. But
if you had the opportunity to like run the organization today, how would you like? What would be your ideal team?
I think the girls are good now. I really think they're good. And it's just from the outside looking in, and because like I said, I haven't visited all points since 2018, since I last performed. But I feel like they still little young women. They're grown and they're able to. They just need the direction, like I said, what I needed. They just need the backbone. They don't need nobody to sit there and like, you do this, you do that. I feel like they're dancers. They're coming from different backgrounds. They got a lot to show each other. They have a lot to give to the team. You bring a little from your squad. You bring a little from your squad. Y'all get together and put it together and make it Golden Girl style. I feel like they just need somebody there just in case something get unorderly, and they just need somebody to bring the team back together. Other than that, I'll let those girls. The captain, we have a captain for a reason.
Okay.
We have a co-captain this year, but we have a captain for a reason, and I made her captain because of her leadership. I made her captain because of what I saw her. She's able to lead the squad, so I'm just gonna sit back until my captain come to me and my captain needs me.
Okay, I like that.
It's I've learned.
I heard you say you wanted to do the pink uniforms. How did it make you feel when you saw it?
Listen, Brandon out loud. Brandon and I'll be like, oh, why did you do that? But like I said, no envy. I love that they got there because Griff would have never. We had shoelaces. That's the pinkest.
That's it. That's pink shoelaces.
We got them shoelaces, got those gold boots, and spray painted them pink and laid them outside and let them air dry.
Look, y'all was gonna get some kind of pink in.
We gonna get some kind of pink in. I don't even think he let us wear. Did we ever wear pink headbands? I don't even know. But I know we had pink laces. I just seen that on the picture. I was like, yo, that was breast cancer awareness right there. And I was like, I used to always throw counts to put my little foot on top of the front bleachers.
Yeah.
Like, y'all
see these pink laces.
We just spray paint, and then we probably just spray paint them, so your nails probably a little pink from the spray. Yeah, that laces that we got that I worked hard on because I couldn't get my pink suits. But
what was your favorite uniform that you danced in?
I want to say, I like. People gonna think I'm weird. I like this. So we had this dress. Story of a dress. We called it Tina Turner.
Okay.
It's on it, and he made us wear that dress for Capital City Classic, and we marching in with these dresses on, with the fringe on. I was just like, why do we have this? But the next year, without him knowing, I think we got cussed out about it. But we had
He cussed out about everything, huh?
everything. You go, hello. Hey, we got dressed and we made it a crop top.
Okay.
The under bottom was, I'm gonna have to send you that Brandon looking like, they look interesting.
No,
He's already looking it up.
I actually already had that video. I just didn't cue it. I played the one with the long uniform, but I actually have y'all dancing in the field in that two-piece dress that I already knew. I already had.
Let me see.
And he said we had the march in for Capital City Classic. I died. I was like, why? Because we thought that. So we saw the dress and we tried to hide it. we tried to hide the dress. And we thought he was going to forget. And so we went through all these games. And then we got to Capital City Class. He said, where that dress at? We were like, what dress? He was like, yeah, y'all gonna wear that. I was like, bro, we could have got that dress out the way if we would have known he was gonna remember it. Oh my God.
Is this it?
Is that it? I can't see it. Yeah, that's what we cut. We cut it up. But it was a dress. It was a dress. And yeah, we cut it up to make it a crop. I like that one.
I like the
crop.
crop.
Y'all just not wearing the bottoms, and I don't think y'all not wearing.
No,
I don't think y'all had the bottoms there. But in another field show, y'all actually had on the bottoms.
No, those were the bottoms. That was like the bloomers.
Oh, that is the bottoms.
Yeah, they like little bloomers. They was.
There's another field show y'all did with that top, but the fringe was in the back that matched the front of that one.
Oh, I forgot that uniform. I like that. I loved all my little two-piece uniforms. I thought I was sexy. I ain't have listen.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And I also like the white uniform that we have on the picture down. I like that one because I think we end up getting that twice. They end up getting that in long pants. But I love
get it.
There's another bottom that has the fringe on it too that y'all did on the field. I don't think it was this game, but y'all did it on the field that year. I had it as another field show, but I didn't play it.
We tried to outsmart that man. We said we was just gonna hide these uniforms, and he was gonna.
It didn't work.
That man said he waited up to Capital City Class. He knew it was our biggest game. So Zenobia came in, was like, "We kept to wear the dress," and I was like, "What?" I said to Capital City. She was like, "Now, do y'all want to wear it marching in or on the field?" I was like, "Oh my God, this is so embarrassing." We just come in marching with long, like dress was like almost to our knees, you know. I said he did us wrong. We used to get done wrong.
So did he know, like, when he didn't know until y'all came in on the game right there? Did he just play that you cut it?
Was that game or another game? Because I remember being on the bus with that outfit on too. No, he didn't know. We had altered the heck out of that uniform.
Hey.
I
like it like that.
We weren't getting them made like that, and then they got uniforms by the dozen. We'll get maybe 1 or 2 uniforms a season, and then you go into the room and, like I said, pick up those old uniforms, knock the dust off of it, see if you got enough of good uniforms for this squad right here. Because maybe you won't get no uniform, and of course we want those uniforms for Capital City Classic because that's gonna be our big game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We was tired of recycling.
I have another.
Huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, well, I have another clip here. I want to play it and allow you to see it.
Like, what are you about to play?
And baby, you know we had to pull one from Capital City Classic. We see you marching in. We're gonna see you twirl on that field, but now we're gonna see you in the stands, being the face, as you said, and doing what you do. So I'm gonna play this, and then we'll wrap up after this video. All right. So we got to see that video. Hope that was you right in the front.
Listen, Brandon, your eyes is better. I think it was though.
It was in the videos that were all you that I was able to find. So I'm thinking it was you. Sometimes it's hard to tell from the quality of the video, but I'm looking at that booty and I think that's you from the butt.
I mean,
Yeah, the butt is the revealer of this video. That's why it helped me tell, because I was like, I can't really tell from the face. And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, she had a big booty and she was skinny, so that had to be her. Because you had everybody on your team beat in butt. I'm
dead. It be like that sometimes.
That's how everybody knew. Hey, hook me up that big booty golden girl. They be like, Ty, and I be like, there's some more people on there with a big booty. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Yeah, that was me in Capital City when I got.
So seeing this video, and I've actually seen the video that you injured yourself on the field. You've shown that to me before, but seeing this video and seeing, just kind of flashbacking through the year or your years, how does it make you feel to, see this moment, which is a very big game for y'all?
I could have went hard.
Like, this is almost big as homecoming, right?
Yeah, definitely. Capital City Classic is big as homecoming. I could have went harder. Like I said, I always was fighting a lot of stuff and under a lot of pressure, like of thinking about what everybody else wanted me to do as captain instead of as captain just leading and knowing that they got to do what I want to do. Or if I throw a count and I know she don't, they back there talking about me. And it was just like, even if it wasn't the case, it was always their case. Because like I said, it was just me. And I feel like, did I do this right? Every count, I used to be like, okay, let me throw something that they might like. And it was just a lot of pressure. And I look to Synovia and she'll look at me like, she'll motion a count for me to do. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta do that count. So,
did you create any counts?
No. My creative juices weren't flowing then. They started flowing later. I don't know if it was because like everything was given to us. Like, I don't think I was ever taught that either, because when I was in high school, all our counts came from Valley or Alcorn. And when I got the Alcorn, I remember us creating an account and it was so funny. They were like, everybody hit a 2, do a 1-2. And so we did a 1-2 and I'm like, what's that? They were like, all right, that's an A count. I was like, what? And we just put the 1-2. So I think on a creative side, I was never taught until I got older and I got the graduated from college, and then I started dancing on a alumni team where I was like, oh, this is kind of cute, the stuff I'm doing. I started stuff because somebody showed me, like, if you put these counts together, this was happening, this was, instead of just like, because a lot of the counts that we had were, I'm gonna take this 4 count, one girl to take this 4 count from her school and then add your 4 count instead of it all like just being original. I never knew how to start it from scratch.
Okay.
And I think a lot of that is kind of more current to the time. I don't think that was just y'all. I think that was kind of the times across most of the schools that counts had just kind of been made up over the course of time. Now you have so much push on the creativity, on the originality and all of that, because you hear that debate all the time, like, oh, they got a count that looked like this and who had this count first, because you will see in the early 2000s and the 90s, there were similarities in counts from across the board. There you would see the same 1, 2, 3, 4 in somebody else's count across the board, but you also have to remember there wasn't a lot of social media or videography back then too. So it's easy to have picked up a count or to even be inspired by a count and think nobody would catch it. And now you see some of those historical counts passed down, and it's like I know they talk all the time about one that the Stingettes do, that Grambling has, and you just see the cross between the count. And you will look at some other schools and notice that there are similar motions in their accounts that kind of have carried over from years, and these are older accounts. So I think that kind of came across the board in that time frame and in that era period. I don't think it was just y'all. I think that was just that time frame.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, well, look, Quay, any last thoughts? I know you weren't here the whole time, but you got some good questions in. Any last thoughts, Quay?
No, because I'm not gonna hold you against your will. I know it's in a week, so we all gotta work, so I'm not gonna do that.
If it's a nice juicy one, I'll answer it for you.
Let me see. Look, don't tell me that. Let me see. Do you teach dance today?
No. Only because the school that I'm at is not our type of dancing. And I will not go in there and show one pop a count. I might get fired.
Understood. No, I understand that.
So when I moved to Dallas because I was in Atlanta for 8 years after I graduated. And I just recently moved to Dallas 2 years ago. I started noticing the dance teams here. But I'm like, no, it's not.
What do you think about the dance teams here?
I said, no. So I almost had the opportunity at Carter High School, but I'm like, look at him. He done found the dresses, guys.
He childish.
Brandon
childish. She was escaping.
No, I'm efficient is what the word is. I'm efficient.
Childish is the word.
This is a cute little dress.
You play so much, and we up there.
I just need to make sure we saw the dress. This dress has been. It was a big part of our tonight's interview. We got to make sure we see the evidence.
You did right by doing what you did to that uniform.
Listen,
and this was at Jackson. You could tell y'all at Jackson from that bullshit.
Bro, I would have been so hurt.
I was hurt. You know, we do ramp. So think about us doing our ramp in it. Like, oh.
This was Capital City Classic 2009.
Yes.
Capital City Classic 2009.
That was Alyssa was there. Yeah. That was my next year, Alyssa. She's from Natchez. She was. Is she happy?
Alyssa is she's the small girl. Was she small?
You talking about Alicia? Alicia is from my hometown.
Okay.
She's the shorter one. Alyssa, she's from Natchez. She's like my skin color and almost like my height.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's who led us in with those uniforms. But
what was he thinking when he picked that?
I don't know. Embarrassing us. I don't know.
Because I would have.
Didn't see the uniforms. Like, we just had, and Snugs was like, Ty. And I was like, what? She held that dress. I was like, that's for the twirlers? No, I said, that's for the flag girls. I said, that's cute. She was like, I was like, Obia, stop playing. I was like, oh, that's.
He said, no, not the flag girls. It's for y'all.
The flag girls was gonna be so lit in them fringes. I was just like, Zenobia, no. And then, but Zenobia warned us. She was like, y'all better get that uniform out the way. And we was like, we just gonna keep doing these.
I would have acted like I didn't know where it was at. It would have been right in my face.
We did that.
I don't see it, Prof. I don't see it. Don't see it.
Griff is so funny, man. He rest in peace. Griff did not care. Griff didn't care about nobody's feelings. I used to be like, Griff, we really got to wear this. Please leave me alone, Brandon. And look,
Baby, but that dress is moving though.
Moving moving. Look at
I ain't gonna lie. When it move, it look good. It's kind of sexy when it's above the thigh, but when y'all sit down, it's just hanging. It look good when it move though. Y'all better bud.
And look at me. Yeah, that's a list.
Get it.
And then the boots, baby. Don't play with the gold spray painted boots.
Okay. I love when y'all wear them boots.
Yes. We had paint on the boots just in case we got a little creased up in there. You got the spray. Okay. Oh, I wonder if they do that. Buy the white boots and have the spray on gold. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Done it before, so I already know what it feels like. I've sprayed character shoes.
Now you can find that color.
I have glittered character shoes. I have done boots. Baby, look.
How did we throw that on?
We have done jazz boot. Baby, look. If you ain't spray painted your shoes, you ain't dance for real. That's just my opinion. Now they come spray painted or pre-painted for you. They got it so easy. Because let me tell y'all, baby, that was a whole practice. Spray painting shoes, glitterizing them, and doing all things. That's a whole practice.
Out because we had just got the new band haul, and I'm still like snitching on my sisters to this day. But somebody sprayed them boots, and they ain't put that cardboard under it. So we had just got that building built. He was upset at that ring. He just all the Golden Girls. We just look. Oh my God!
I would have went and bought some spray paint that matched whatever the color the floor was and tried to fix it.
Oh, going girl, that's so 40 minutes away. We wanted to go nowhere.
That is a drive.
It's a drive. Oh, look at the uniforms. It's just shaking. They just the Tina. I'm gonna buy. You know what? The new Golden Girls that are watching. I'm going to buy y'all that uniform. I'm going to donate that myself to see with that. Like, let's.
Because they have been bringing back older style uniforms. They did it 2 years ago. They brought back a velvet. They brought back a velveteen uniform.
Oh, the velvet just was so funky. Oh, because he would never buy us uniforms for when it get cold, and so I'm thinking, I was like, let's go down there and get that velvet. And Snow was like, the velvet, what that I wore? Zenobia danced in that velvet. And I was like, yeah, because it's going to be cold. And we'll be warm, but that one arm will still be cold because the velvet was one arm. And I was just like, we can't win here. And then, or we'll have a long sleeve unitard, but our legs still would be cold. We just couldn't have a one-piece uniform. We had a Michael Jackson uniform with the zip. Don't go find that uniform, Brandon. It had the white zipper.
Look at him, because he over there searching. You can see him too. You see him typing. Get off the keyboard.
I kind of like
typing.
But I used to want to spray paint the zipper because it was gold. It gave me Austin Powers. It had a collar on it. It was a
Austin Powers.
And then it came with a gold little bra. But it had that zipper that you zip. We zipped it right there just so you can see that. I was like, well, why the zipper got to be white? I was so upset. I was like, can we spray paint this? Yeah, spray paint. I was like,
he wouldn't even knew.
Oh, that's velvet, baby. Don't play with velvet.
I like that.
I know, baby. Look, the velvet was one of my classic favorite GG uniforms, baby.
Cute.
If you don't know this uniform, you ain't been watching the GGs.
I told you.
Y'all looking thick up in that velvet, okay? I better shake it.
On there, girl, don't play with that velvet.
Okay, I like that. I wear that right now.
Yeah, that's Alyssa in the front leading us.
Okay,
baby. If you don't know this uniform, you don't know the GGs. Because I saw the GGs wearing this uniform, and I used to see them. But this was faithful.
Well, we said with the I think GGs, I heard you say y'all,
and they was picking up pennies then.
Period. Oh, because we was taught not to stand up. I don't know if they still teach us. We was taught just to slide off the bleacher. So that's how we did a lot of our booking. Like you don't see stand up and try to go down. It's just like we sitting here now. We just gonna slide down into this little squat. So.
Okay.
But
you did it too. Y'all have legs of character, baby, because guess what?
Okay. Well, Ty, any other last thoughts or anything else you want to leave on the floor? I feel like you gave us a lot, but anything else that you want to address that we felt like we did not cover, before we get out? Because look, we gonna start having good sideline chat. We gonna forget it.
Sorry.
You over there?
It's okay.
Because where did come from? I need to go do a little research. What am I going to make time? Okay, if you're on a dance team, make time for yourself as well. Because it's a lot. Because I held off on a lot of things because I was a golden girl. I didn't want to do it because I was a golden girl. But you could definitely have to make time for yourself because it will be very overwhelming. A lot of people ask, like, why you don't go home for homecoming a lot? I be like, I don't got no life. I ain't got no life there. Like I go there and I'm just gonna hang with band members. He done found the
baby. I'm quick with the fingers.
It's definitely giving Austin Powers, but it's sexy.
Austin Powers. Listen,
it's the Beyonce Austin Powers though. I like it,
and they will better hit it. But
okay,
yeah,
it's good to see that y'all have like a lot of the counts that the fans love have been in y'all's book for a long time. I think a lot of people don't realize that because they only got popular with the certain, era trends. Yeah. But looking at some of these videos, and I mean, I knew quite a few Gigi counts, but still, from the older book, but still to see a lot of these counts have transitioned decades at this point, or at least a decade at this point, and they still throw these counts to this day. I mean, I know my favorite Gigi counts, but I know I'm from I'm older. I'm from early 2000s, and I can still call the GGs. I can still call the counts, but I see them throw those counts today, and it's like, it's amazing to know that you can create something that can last beyond your era, years, time, and it's just like a little homage. I know that has to be, I get excited when I see a team that I used to coach do something that I taught choreography for. That makes me so proud to see that a piece of me is still there, or affecting the team today, and to see, y'all still have that history of your book is not just what they see in the new counts. Y'all are running book from decades ago. Yeah. That's a real history.
And back on the ground too, ripping. They was humping the ground before me. They was on
the
dog stand. I see they bringing that back. I'm like, okay, y'all better reach back because that's back. That's even before me. So that's good. Like, I love that about them.
All right. Well, y'all, anything else, Ty?
Yeah, just enjoy. To all the dancers out there, just enjoy the years because I know you want to go to the parties. I know you want to get involved. Like, let's speak on it. I know it's okay to miss out. It's okay because I was like, just like now, I wish I could do it over. Like, I really wish my time at Alcorn I could do over. But when I was at Alcorn, I'm like, I'm sick of practice. I can't do nothing. Like, but just live in the moment. You're gonna forever be remembered. Because I do occasionally have people like, okay, that's Ty the Golden Girl. I'm like, oh, I'm old. You still remember me? And then I'm like, don't tell my years because my students gonna find out when it was. But to actually do it, and then when my students do find me, so regardless of what all the critics used to say, when my students find, they're like, okay, Miss McGee, you was that girl. So yeah. Okay, y'all didn't know.
Not the little one. Yeah.
Have fun in it, live in that moment, and do something with it, build on it. If dancing is what you want to do, build on it. Start now before you graduate, before you don't take no breaks. You're going to get tired. Just keep living in the moment.
That's what's up. Y'all, hopefully you understand the name of it now, why we called it Under the Spotlight, Tied Up, okay? Her name is Ty, but she literally, during her reign, was tied up. She couldn't do nothing, y'all. She had no say-so. So that just goes to clarify some things. But with that being said, y'all, I really hope that y'all enjoyed this interview, y'all. It has been fun. We started shooting the stuff towards the end, so it just kind of went. But that's neither here nor there, y'all. She has been gracious enough to grant us this interview and to, give us some details that we might not would have known. Because, again, she was the last captain in an era of leadership there. She was the last captain of the Griff era before the Mary era came. So, I mean, that to be the end of an era, to be right there as a leadership shift is happening. We've seen it in any program. It's a rough shift. it changes a lot of things because the direction, the views, the how we see things change with the leadership. So she was a part of that leadership change, and she had to weather the storm, but she still got to do it. And she came back and still did another year after her captain year and told her story. Okay, she told her story. So hopefully, you know, you'll go back and watch some of those videos. They're out there on YouTube. Okay, go out there, watch some videos, go dig up some of the GG history, get to know it beyond the YouTube Mania years, and go back and really see some of this footage that was camcorder footage that's now on YouTube. But go look at the camcorder footage. You'll really get to understand this team in a way that you may not if you only have been watching the Golden Girls of the YouTube era. So go out there and look. Like I said, there's a lot of camcorder footage out there that has now been put on YouTube. And again, there's so many great moments out here that you would miss if you didn't know the history of the team. So definitely check it out. Thank you, Ty, again, for a wonderful interview. You have been amazing, 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 y'all. Make sure you go and like and subscribe to the Passion and Performance Facebook page, Instagram page, and YouTube page. Again, you can make sure to do that by simply going and following us on Facebook at Passion in Performance, at Instagram, Passion in Performance __, and YouTube at Passion in Performance. You can also follow our other Instagram page, which is Auxiliary the Collegiate Way, at Auxiliary _ the Collegiate Way. Auxiliary is AUXILIARY _ the Collegiate Way. All right. Make sure that you continue to support us. Let us know in the comments that you like it. Ask your questions. We can get it to Ty. If you have any other questions that we didn't ask, we can get it over to Ty, and she can definitely respond, or come over in the comment section and let y'all know, or light y'all up, because she'll do both. All right. And let y'all know how she's feeling.
Look, girl, y'all picked on back in the day. Now I'm a grown woman.
Okay. And and to continue to do it out there, and also suggest other people you want us to reach out to get interviews. Trust me, y'all, we've reached out to quite a few. We got some things hopefully lined up if everything comes through. But any other interviews you would love us to get, and other people you would like us to talk to, we want to continue to bring you and educate you on not only the person, but on their journey throughout the team, because I think there's a lot of vantage points we don't see people and teams from that, and not to be salacious, but just to understand that sometimes everything's not always as what it seems. Okay, you may see me in the front, but just because I'm in the front don't mean I have a say-so all the time. I'm just the person in the front, and we found that out tonight. So with that being said, y'all, we appreciate y'all so much. Don't forget that you can also stream us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts at St. Louis Auxiliary over there. Look, it has been such a great time, Ty. We honestly appreciate you. It was a good time. Thank you for telling your story and sharing it with us. All right, y'all. We are about to get out of here. So with that being said, y'all, we're going to bid you adieu and say bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.